Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot readings from the heart. Sorry, I'm just searching for a particular thing. Here it is. Okay, this is your year ahead 2016 general tarot forecast. Excuse me. How I do these, guys, is I use two decks of cards. So I'm working from my bedroom at the moment because downstairs is full. Got the family sitting around doing stuff, so it's difficult for me to record at the dining room table. So I'm using the Rider Tarot deck miniature edition because it's just easier to use a smaller pack of cards with the limited space I have in the room. And what I do with this deck is for the whole year of 2016 I divide it up into chunks. So I'll go from January through to March, April, then to June, then we'll look at July through to September, then we'll look at what's happening with you guys potentially from October to December, okay? And for each of those 3-month quarters, we'll use 6 cards. So 2 cards to represent January, 2 cards to represent February, 2 cards to represent March, so on and so forth. Now, I don't do the readings as in this will happen in January, this is March, this is February, this is March. What I do is I blend the reading together just to give an overall sort of overview of those 3 months. Now, for each of those 3/4 months, I'll use the Universal Weight Pocket Tarot deck, and I'll shuffle the cards and choose 1 card from there to serve as your overall message or advice for those 3 months, okay? And after the reading is complete, I will then use my Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot cards. I'll just show you the booklet. Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. And I'll shuffle the cards and ask the angels for 1 message they have for you for the whole of the year. Alright, so let's make a move. Just to let you know, guys, if you'd like a private reading with me, you can go to my website. The link is below. Also, what was I just about to say to you guys? Now, also your life ahead reading is going to be coming up very shortly, okay? Life spread, 2016 life spread is going to be coming up shortly after this one. Okay, let me just get a sip of my hot chocolate. Okay. Just made this, and I have a hot water bottle to keep me warm because it's a little bit cold in here today. Let me take my cardigan off. Actually, I say it's cold, but then the hot water bottle and the hot chocolate are kind of warming me up. So. Whew, there we are, comfortable at last. Right, so let's shuffle the cards and see what's coming up for Sagittarius in 2016. Universe, Spirit, Angels, show me what's coming up for Sagittarians. I need Sun, Moon and Rising signs, please, for the year 2016. So I need, if you can show me the general energies and people and situations and events for January through to March 2016. April through to June 2016, July through to September 2016, and also October through to December 2016. Can you show me the events and situations and people that are coming up for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs? Show me. Okay, I've shuffled the cards and I'm going to split that deck into 3. We can collect the deck back up. Okay, and we're going to pull out the first 6 cards. Okay. So that's the first 6 cards pulled, and then we're going to use my Universal Weight Pocket Tarot deck, and we're just going to shuffle the cards again. Universe, Spirit, what is the advice card that you have for the first 3 months of the year, January through to March 2016? What is the advice or message you have for Sagittarians? Sun, Moon and Rising signs, please, for January to March 2016. Show me the advice or message you have for the Sagittarius people, those born under the zodiac sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. What is the message or advice that you have for them in that year? Show me. Okay, and this is the advice card for January through to March 2016. Pardon me if I keep sipping from my drink, but I don't want it to go cold, and these readings can sometimes take a little bit of time to do. So let's turn the cards over and see what's happening here. Okay, I feel that a lot of you guys, Sagittarians, are going to be relying on your talents to make money in the first 3 months of the year. I say this because we've got the Queen of Cups and also the Page of Pentacles. So there is a window of opportunity, I feel, opening up to you guys, Sagittarius, during January through to March. Queen of Cups is usually a very creative lady. She's very psychic. She's a healer. You can find this lady. I'm usually a Queen of Cups because I'm Scorpio. So this will be especially prominent for you, Sagittarius, if you're Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, with a Sagittarius moon or rising sign, or if you are a Sagittarius with a Scorpio, Cancer or Pisces moon or rising sign, if that makes sense to you, okay? But I feel that the Queen of Cups, she's usually found, as I said, as a psychic healer, counsellor. She can be found in the arts, so she'd be somebody like a writer or somebody who might work in fashion or makeup or something like that. But she's a very creative individual, and she relies on her own creativity to push her forward towards success. Also, she's a dreamer. She focuses a lot on dreams. She focuses a lot on her intuition. She focuses a lot on things that make her feel quite airy fairy like. She's a really kind of you'd often associate her probably with the High Priestess as well. That's who she would probably be most associated with within the tarot, and they are both very kind of mystic characters. Okay, they are both very inward characters. They're both into self-reflection. So I feel, along with this Page of Pentacles, which is a card of new money, it's a card of new opportunities, financial opportunities. It can be the card of some very good financial news coming in for you guys. It can be a card of new education as well. This would usually be probably a financial whiz kid if you were to look at that person. So I do feel that you guys are going to be focusing, and the Page of Pentacles is usually a card of focus as well, because this page focuses on expanding what he has. So he takes something small and he expands it larger. But obviously it's Pentacles, so it's also to do with planning and being methodical and being realistic about what you can do and what you can't do. It can be the card of things taking a certain amount of time to bloom, to grow, which is why this page is really just starting out. The pages are children, they're babies, so they're just starting out in life. So I just feel that you guys are going to be starting out on some form of project, potentially. You're mixing your creative, your talents with money, okay, and how you can drive your talents forward. And I feel that this comes through a time of potentially, maybe for some of you guys, you've lost a job, or you're leaving a job, or I feel that you're looking to turn the small amounts of things that you have, the small amounts of money that you have, Sagittarius, into something large, because we do have the Five of Pentacles sitting here as well. This can be a card that refers to loneliness, or feeling a lack of help, or feeling a lack of support, or feeling out in the cold, or feeling blocked, or feeling that you don't have enough potentially, because the Five of Pentacles is half of that Ten of Pentacles as well. So there might be a reduction in cash for some of you guys in terms of work, sorry. But it can also be a card of support. So I do feel that with that Five of Pentacles potentially sitting underneath that Page of Pentacles, you're turning what small resources some of you guys might have, and you're looking at how you can kind of expand on that with that Page of Pentacles. And I feel that you'll be looking at your talents and your skills in order to do that. I feel a lot of you might be working for yourself, self-employment. The Page of Pentacles can often be a card of self-employment also. So I feel that you'll be looking for that. For some of you guys, there might be some good news of finance coming in with that Page of Pentacles. There may also be, I feel, contracts in terms of work coming through for you, because we do have the Three of Pentacles sitting here as well. I feel that there's going to be a lot of communication happening for you guys in terms of your work. Because we do have three pentacles, three very prominent pentacle cards sitting here, which suggests to me that with that Queen of Cups sitting there, this is really kind of utilising your skills. It's meeting up with others who might be like-minded. That Five of Pentacles can also be a card of support. So maybe somebody is supporting you in your endeavours, okay? Maybe this is something new, a new territory, new area that you're going into in between January and March. And I do feel that there is support, because we do have the teamwork card there. We also have the card of asking for advice on a certain situation. So I do see you guys garnering support for, or trying to garner support for something that you might want to put out there, Sagittarius. I do see potentially for some of you guys, there is definitely movement happening here, because we have that Knight of Wands, okay, underneath the Five of Pentacles. So I see that you lot guys, it might be a case of that with this Five of Pentacles, after the Three of Pentacles, maybe some of you guys have left a relationship, okay, and you're looking to move towards something else. I feel that there's going to be some adjustments happening here, because we do have the Hanged Man as well showing up, Sagittarius. So I feel that you're moving to a time of new realizations. I feel that you're moving to a time of towards adjusting. There's a major adjustment happening here for you guys. And I do feel that this comes off the back of, it could be off some heartbreak, of some separations that are happening within your life. The Queen of Cups can often be a solitary figure. She is often a card about a woman alone in some instances. And with that Page of Pentacles, it's possibly that maybe, you know, the Pentacles and the Cups are so different in terms of their ideals. Because the Pentacles, if we were to look at the Pentacles on their own, they're to do with money. Okay, they're to do with advancement. They're to do with material gain. Whereas the Cups are all to do with emotion and creativity. So Queen of Cups sometimes could be a character where she looks at what is fulfilling for her on a spiritual and creative level. And maybe you've had a partner that had different ideals to you. Okay, so there might be some separations in a relationship. Okay, if you are the Queen of Cups, maybe you've separated maybe from somebody who's younger than you, for example, with that Page of Pentacles, because he can also refer to a younger partner. And we do see the disconnection card with the Five of Pentacles as well, where a relationship now has doesn't have really a spiritual foundation. And I feel that the Queen of Cups always needs a spiritual foundation for anything to work for her. I feel that she always needs, you know, she needs more than just money. She needs more than just what the outer world shows her, what material things can do for her. She needs that kind of creative, spiritual foundation in order to kind of move forward with the relationship. You'll often find that a lot of Scorpios are very, very deep people. So we don't just focus on the financial aspects of life. We focus on being fulfilled in all areas of our lives. We're very deep people, whereas Pentacles can be very surface people. If you looked at, for example, the difference between the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles, you would see that the King of Pentacles is very much into advancement, whereas the King of Cups is very much into love and compassion, and he's very deep. You know, still waters run deep with the King of Pentacles, with the King of Cups. Whereas the King of Pentacles, though he's a very reliable character, he's very much into self-advancement through his women, through his cars, through what he shows to the world. So the Pentacles, in some instances, a lot of the time, even though they are also very spiritual because they are an earth sign, on the surface they can also be to do with the things that we have and the things that we gain. So for some of you guys, it might be that there is a lack of a spiritual common ground within a relationship, okay? And we do see that as well, because we see a meeting or a gathering or some form of togetherness with that Three of Pentacles. But then straight after that, we do have the Five of Pentacles as well, which shows disconnection. So some of you might be disconnecting from a relationship that you were in. Okay, some of you might be needing to go it alone within a business venture. It might be a case of that you've been to your bank for some backing in January to March and they've said no. So you're going to need to find ways around getting something off the ground, because the Three of Pentacles, again, is a card of communication. It's meetings. It can be within a workplace, but it is Pentacles, remember, so it's money. And these two people here are asking somebody for advice. They're showing their plans to someone there. So this person who they're showing their plans to, who's here, okay, this workman, this skilled person, this master, that these guys are showing their plans to, they're asking for help. But unfortunately, with the Five of Pentacles, they've not received the help. So they've walked out sort of without the help that they needed. Okay, so with the Knight of Wands, this could be you guys having to kind of find ways, along with the Hangman, to adjust to a situation. So you're finding ways around it. The Hanged Man is often a card of limitations, okay? But it's accepting a limitation and it's adjusting to something that is uncomfortable or something that is not the normal, that is not conventional. So I feel with the Knight of Wands moving towards the Hanged Man, it's either trying to free you from a set type of belief, or it's riding into having to adjust to something, okay? I do feel that for some of you guys, it's going to be having to step out on your own in terms of maybe a business venture. I do feel for some of you guys, it might be separation in a relationship. And I do certainly feel that there is a major adjustment, because the Hanged Man is the only major arcana we have here. So it speaks to me that you're going to have to adjust to something, or you may have to endure something for a little longer, okay? But there is definitely movement here. You may be moving house, okay? And you may be having to adjust to that move, or adjust to something, a different way of living, something like that. But I do feel that there is adjustment here. There may be some separations. There is the honing and the utilising of skills. There may be a case where some of you have asked for assistance and you didn't get it, okay? Your overall card for advice is the Three of Swords between January and March 2016, Sagittarius, which says to me, yes, there will be a little bit of anguish. There will be a little bit of hurt over something here. Three of Swords is often related to love, because it's the heartbreak card, okay? Three swords in a heart, okay? Which says to me that the pain is kind of quite expansive. It's quite large. But, you know, Three of Swords is what it is as a card. It does reference pain. It does even reference separation. So for some of you, I feel that it could relate to the separation of a relationship. But it could also be feeling kind of this lasting pain of, how do we get around something? How do we do something? I'm going to have to adjust to something new now. Okay, there's having to adjust to something new that wasn't there before in January and March, between January and March. And we see this with this Five of Pentacles straight after that Three of Pentacles, and then we've got the Knight of Wands. It's almost like with the Five of Pentacles, you're out there on your own and you're having to move because you didn't get what you wanted. In the Three of Pentacles, you're having to move towards readjusting of plans, or readjusting of a living space, or readjusting how you do something. But it's all about kind of letting go of preconceived ideas and accepting things for what they are, okay? Not a bad 3 months at all, Sagittarius, but just know that potentially for some of you guys, you're going to have to readjust to something within those 3 months. That's your first reading. Let me just get another sip. I don't want it to go cold, guys. That's the thing. Let's have a look at your next 3 months. And we're looking at April through to June 2016. Universe, Spirit, show me what is the advice message that you have for Sagittarians between April and June 2016. Show me what the message advice is that you have between April and June 2016 for Sagittarians. Show me. What is the message advice you have for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs between April and June 2016? So a card just flicked out there. I'll put that down and let's have a look. It's coming up. Okay. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Your advice is the Wheel of Fortune. That's what flipped out for you, Sagittarius. There's change, major change as advice, the advice card that's come up, the message between April and June. Okay. I do see the disbandment of some friendships. I've got to be honest, because we have the Three of Cups here. This is usually the card of union, friendships, bonds, strong connections together, okay? And we also have the Tower. The Tower is another. We've got about 3 major arcanas in this reading, and that's inclusive of the advice card. We've got the Tower, okay? So something blows up, okay? Something perhaps unexpected happens between April and June 2016, Sagittarius, and I have a feeling it's to do with this Three of Cups, this friendship, this bond. I feel that there's something that happens to kind of blow that apart or end it. And we do see the reflection of that in the Three of Swords. So there is some separation happening here. There is some heartache. But you know what? I don't feel that you need to worry about it too much. I really don't. Because we have the Sun after that, which shows that this is not going to last very long. The Sun, wherever you see the Sun in a reading, it's a very positive omen. It means that there is light after the darkness, Sagittarius. So I feel within those 3 months, April to June, whatever this is that happens with you guys, it won't last long. Okay? I do see a division here because I'm looking at the Three of Cups and straight across from that is the Tower. I'm looking at the Three of Cups and straight below that is the Three of Swords. Okay, so I do feel that there is definitely some form of estrangement happening within a friendship. I don't feel it's a relationship. I feel it's a friendship, okay, for some of you Sagittarians. But after the Tower, we see the Sun. So this was something that was necessary, that needed to happen. And also with the Sun card is not only a card of positive and very optimistic conditions. It's also a card that shows clarity on something. So I feel that something with that Three of Cups there between April and June 2016 really says that there was possibly something wrong in this relationship anyway. I really do. I feel there was something not right with this relationship, with this friendship. It is a friendship card, the Three of Cups. Okay? So I feel that there was something not right with this all along. And I feel that it comes to a head between April and June. And it comes to a head because we have the Tower. Okay? So there are 3 objects on, and it's very interesting how we have the number 3 in 3 of these cards, because we've got the 3 of Cups, we've got the Tower, which shows the Tower and 2 people falling from it, so there's 3 objects in that, and we've also got the 3 of Swords. So this suggests to me, whenever you see the number 3, it's expansive, it's about friends, it's about connections, it's about groups of people. So there is something that happens here that ends some form of group activity, or some form of friendship, or some kind of union or bond or whatever. But it's a good thing that it happens, because the Tower always suggests that when the Tower shows in a reading, it's a necessary, as I always say, it's a necessary evil. It needed to happen. It needed to happen, because it wasn't something that was solid. It wasn't something that was honest. And I feel that this friendship isn't honest, because we have the separation card here, the 3 of Swords. There could be an argument, potentially. There could be a blow-up, maybe an argument. Maybe the argument is the Tower card. Maybe you need to clear the air. For some of you guys, it will be clearing the air. Okay? Maybe something's been simmering, because we have the 3 of Swords underneath that 3 of Cups. Okay? So it's almost like those girls on the 3 of Cups are sitting on the 3 of Swords. Okay? So they're sitting, it's almost on a time bomb. All right? They're sitting on pain. They've kind of suppress something here. Something is not being spoken about. Something is not being verbalized, because the swords are about communication, but they're stuck in a heart. So often when you see the 3 of Swords, it's about kind of stuck energy. It's about depression. It's about things that are being suppressed. We feel it inside, but we don't often verbalize it or speak about it. We just have that feeling that something is missing, or that we're angry, or that we're upset, or that we're disappointed. And I feel that this is something that is disappointing or unhappy that friends are sitting on. Something's not being spoken about. Something's not being verbalised, but it's verbalised within the Tower. And maybe with this clarity, we see a washing away of what's not being spoken about. So it doesn't necessarily have to be an ending. It can just simply mean that something is verbalised in those 3 months. Okay, that hasn't been spoken about before in terms of a friendship. Okay, but there is separation, yeah, I feel, within a bond, a union, something that doesn't come out, that doesn't happen. Okay, 3 of Cups, again, can be a card of, because it's to do with group activities, it could be in any area if you like. It could be within the workplace. It could be within your personal friendships, your personal life. The Tower card could be something that literally just doesn't work out. It needs to kind of dissipate. It needs to go in order to rebuild something. And maybe the Sun card is the rebuilding, because we do see directly underneath this the 2 of Cups and the 6 of Cups. These are both soulmate cards. Okay. I feel that you're going to be supported, and I feel for some of you guys there could literally be new romance on the cards for you Sagittarians between April and June, because the 2 of Cups is the card of romance. It's the card of unions. It's the card of dating. It could literally be probably somebody from the past, because we do have that 6 of Cups there. So potentially somebody from the past coming back into your life. Okay. This is also, I feel, with the 2 of Cups and the 6 of Cups, a very strong karmic tie between you and somebody else in between April and June 2016. Okay. You know, it could literally be with that 3 of Cups that there is some disagreement maybe over a relationship that you're in with your friends, that type of thing. Maybe you know, get rid of a couple of friends or something like that that don't agree with the relationship that you're in, something like that. But something's not being spoken about, I feel, here between those months, and it needs to be spoken about. And it is spoken about, because the Tower is not only a card of a surprising event that comes in, it is also a card of the spoken word. So anger, can reference anger a lot of the time. Pent-up anger, and we see suppression here. 3 of Cups for me over that 3 of Swords. It's like people are covering up for something here, but there is an expression of it with the Tower, which can literally sometimes mean verbalized anger as well. For some of you guys, you know, we don't have an Empress card here, but the Sun can reference children and the Three of Swords can reference loss. So, you know, it could literally be something to do with maybe pregnancy or something like that. Okay, but we won't go into that because I don't really go into that type of thing on general readings. But I do see a very strong love connection coming in for you guys between April and June 2016, because we do have two very strong soulmate cards. Two of Cups and Six of Cups. Very, very strong. They're both referenced as very strong soulmate connection cards. So I do feel that a soulmate connection is coming in for you guys between that time. And your advice card, as I said, is the Wheel of Fortune. I feel that after Olympus has fallen, there's going to be real changes coming up for you, and I feel that they'll be for the better. It's a very good reading, actually. Okay, we do see dissipation or some form of verbal diarrhea or verbalizing of unhappiness within a friendship here, but it clears the air with the Sun card. The Two of Cups could even be the reconnection again of that friendship. Maybe it's a childhood friendship because we have that Six of Cups here. Maybe there's a very strong bond here. Maybe the Wheel of Fortune clears the air as your advice card, because it means things can turn now for the better, okay, without all of the bad feeling underneath it. If that's not the case, then definitely I feel there is a love connection coming in for you guys. I've seen this card turn up for that often. Very strong. Okay. That's your reading between April and June, Sagittarius. Let's have a look what's coming up for you. Between... where have I put my cards? Just had my cards and they've kind of disappeared. Here we go, they're underneath. Right. Let's have a look what's coming up for you between July and September 2016. Universe Spirit, show me what's coming up for Sagittarius between July and September 2016. Show me Sun, Moon and Rising sign. What's coming up for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius between July and September 2016. Show me the advice message you have for the Sagittarians. Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Show me. For July through to September 2016, show me. This is interesting combination. Very interesting combination, actually. You know, in between April and June, we said that I saw that I saw a very strong love connection coming in for some of you guys. Sorry, one moment. Just need to check something out. Okay. Yeah, I said that I saw a very strong love connection coming in for you guys. I feel that you are... I feel for you guys, if you're still single, or if you're single between July and September, you need to be careful. You really need to be careful. And I'm going to read this. I feel that it's important to look at the cards in all sorts of directions, okay? Because this is how I get the most messages out of it. You know, we've got the Devil card here. And we've got also the Page of Wands. They're not side by side. They're kind of lying one on top of the other. So the devil is on top of the Page of Wands. And I feel that there could be a really kind of enticing opportunity for you. I feel that there is a lot of temptation for some of you Sagittarians coming in. The devil could represent a Capricorn male, all right? And this could be you guys because you are Wands, Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands can reference good news about creative endeavours. So say, for example, you were writing a book. That could represent good news coming in about your book. You know, you were going to get a book deal, or you were going to sell a painting, or a creative endeavour. There was some good news coming in about that. You'd made a sale, or somebody was going to put something out there on show for you, that type of thing, okay? So, but with the devil, it's like there's a very tempting offer that comes in for you. But I feel that you're going to need to think about it. This can also be sex as well, the devil and the Page of Wands. It can be literally rushing into something without thinking about it, rushing into an affair or something quite passionate without thinking about it. And I feel that this will cause some worry here because we do have the Nine of Swords sitting underneath that. Okay? Or it could literally be not knowing what to choose, or not knowing whether you could go for something or not. I'm sensing that you're going to be conflicted over a choice here, or something that comes in. The Wheel of Fortune is also showing in your reading, okay? Which means that something comes in and it looks very fortunate. And we did see a change coming in. With the Wheel of Fortune showed up as your general advice within April through to June. But never get it twisted that this Wheel of Fortune here refers to the Wheel of Fortune that was coming in between April and June for you. Because that, to me, signified a change in circumstances, potentially within a friendship relationship, or a clearing off the air within that, or a new relationship coming in for some of you guys. But remember, this isn't completely blanketed. This will apply to some of you guys, and for some of you guys it won't. And if it does, you know, the whole year won't apply to everybody, but facets of the year might apply to some of you, okay? So maybe January to March will apply to you, but you know, April to June doesn't, and then this month does. That's how it works a lot of the time. For some people, it'll be the whole year. But I do feel that you're going to get a very tempting offer, okay, or some very tempting news, or you're going to be tempted to do something between July and September 2016. Now, I'm not sure whether it's going to be a very good thing, because the Devil card is often the card of temptations, but sometimes it's not a temptation for the good, okay? I feel this thing might look really good that you're being offered, all right? Because we do have that Wheel of Fortune before the Devil card, okay? So this suggests to me that something is being brought to your attention, all right? With the Wheel of Fortune, I feel that it could literally be like, we want to offer you this, and it's almost like it's the too good to be true factor in a way. But I feel that with this Nine of Swords, you might be conflicted over that, to be honest with you. I feel there'll be some conflicts with making a choice on something that comes in that looks almost too good to be true, potentially. All right? The Wheel of Fortune as well, to me, suggests next to that Devil that, in a way, I wish it was the Devil and then the Wheel of Fortune, because to me that would mean kind of a change in something that was controlling you, or something that you felt attached to. But the Wheel of Fortune is before the Devil card, which suggests that whatever this fortune is, it literally draws it. It's almost like you're attracting in a circumstance with the Devil card. It's almost like you're attracting in temptation. You're attracting something into your life that looks really good and you really want to go for it. But there is some conflict over that. I'm also looking at, with the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Wands underneath it, there is the likelihood of a chance of some travel. There's some real activity coming in here. And I feel it will be very fast between July and September 2016, Sagittarius. The wands signify you guys again, so this is you guys taking flight. And I feel with that Page of Wands as well, it's sitting right next to that Page of Wands. I feel that there'll be some, and both cards are messages, so there's a huge emphasis on some messages that are coming through to you. And usually when you get the Eight of Wands, it's a card about a lot of probably good messages coming through. So I feel that it could be that something that you've been working from is really going to take flight between those 3 months. But this could also be with that Devil card, that you are being tempted by something, or you're being kind of, let me just say, you're inviting something in, or somebody's inviting something to you, or inviting you to something. It could be the invitation to travel, for example, or it could be the invitation to kind of put some of your work on display. Okay. We also have the Queen of Wands showing here, and this is you guys again. There's 3 cards that signify you guys, because you're Sagittarius, your Wands, your fire sign. I feel that you're going to be feeling really kind of sexy and abundant and really confident in something. But I also sense that it could be that you are very conflicted with something. As confident as you're feeling, Sagittarius. And Sagittarians, I find, usually like to go for things rather quickly. They're very kind of straight off the bat. They kind of remind me of swords sometimes, a Knight of Swords or something like that. But I feel that there'll be a lot of thinking here for you guys over those 3 months. The Wheel of Fortune lies diagonally to that Page of Wands. So I do feel that there is a real kind of change in circumstances. There is some travel highlighted here, because both cards, Eight of Wands and Page of Wands, can literally be about travel. So you could be invited to travel with something, potentially, that you've been working on for quite a time. Maybe somebody's going to be worried over this. Maybe this Nine of Swords signifies someone who is worried for you, or about you, or worried that, you know, about you taking this trip, or going out into the world, or being invited to something. But I do sense that there is a very tempting offer coming your way between July and September 2016. And it shows in a way, because we do have the Seven of Cups as your overall advice card. This is the card of opportunities literally coming your way. Lots of wonderful choices being presented before you. All right. And you're going to need to choose something here. It is also the card of confusion and illusions being presented to you. So it's castles in the sky. It's somebody who is really kind of building something up and saying, you know, hey, look at all of this. Doesn't it look absolutely wonderful? But, you know, this man who is looking at it, he's looking at it with a keen eye, and he's saying, I'm not sure whether to go for this, for this, for this, for this, because I don't know what's that's about, and I don't know what that cut's about, and that cut looks a bit dodgy, and that cut looks all right. So he doesn't really know what to go for. It's the card of confusion, not knowing what to pick. But it's also a card of temptation as well, being tempted by options, having lots of options. And I do see options coming in for you guys. But I do see you potentially feeling quite conflicted over this as well. Okay, so that's your reading for July through to September. And let's have a look at what the final cards say. I mean, it's not a bad reading at all so far through the year. Okay, it's not at all as far as I'm concerned. Just lay down the final 6 cards. Universe Spirit, show me what you see in terms of a message for Sagittarius. Show me Sagittarius message for what's the advice you have for the end of 2016 for the Sagittarians. Show me the message you have for Sagittarius between October and December 2000. Okay, one just fell out, Page of Cups. That's your overall message. Let's have a look what comes up. Okay. I feel that between October and December 2016, Sagittarius, some of you guys are going to really be taking some downtime. We do have Temperance card here. This is the card of relaxation, patience, blending, balance, even healing. Okay. So I feel there's a lot of healing coming up for you within those months. And we've also got the Four of Wands, funnily enough. So some of you guys might even you know, be taking time out in hotels. To me, though, that smacks of kind of a holiday or just taking time out to retreat or relax or even recover, renewal. That's your Temperance card as well. So maybe some of you guys have had an operation or something like that, and you're taking time out to kind of heal and get back in balance with those two cards. I also feel with the Four of Wands and the Hierophant directly, one is above the other. Some of you guys could be looking at marriage, potentially, I feel. And the Temperance card can be the solidifying the coming together of two people, okay? So it's the coming together of two souls, two emotions. It's the blending of emotions, okay? So I feel that it's almost like saying to me that with that with the Temperance card, we're looking at somebody who's blending water with two cups. Okay, Two of Cups in the normal Two of Cups card in the tarot represents relationships, love, bonds, binds, ties, romantic ties. It's almost like the this angel is somebody who is blessing a partnership. If you look at that card closely enough, it's almost like he's blessing something. He's bringing two forces together and he's blending them into one. So I thought that there could be marriages taking place between you guys. And this Four of Wands is two people who are celebrating under a wedding canopy. And that Hierophant is also someone who would bless something as well. He's called the High Priest in other decks as well. So I do feel that there is certainly marriages. And I feel with the Advice card, Page of Cups, we are looking at a message of love. Messages of love coming through. The Fish out of water, if you look at that cup as the advice, is something new, something that's not been tried before, something that's not been tested, something that is quite naive, quite young. So I feel for some of you guys, it might, you know, it will be a first time marriage happening for you guys between the months of October and December 2016. Especially if we look at back at the relationship potentially that's taking place between April and June. It might be that you just decide to go for something because you're so in love with that person. It's the dreaminess of that relationship. I'm also seeing that some of you guys are breaking away from an establishment, or you're breaking away from something that might have had you feeling quite restricted as well, because we do have the Seven of Swords showing up, Sagittarius, as well. This is the card of cunning, finding ways around situations. It's the card of thinking outside the box, being quite smart, making a smart move. It's the Maverick card, okay? It's not like your Hierophant. The Hierophant is establishment, it's conventionality, it's conformity, it's being a conformist. The Seven of Swords, the guy on the Seven of Swords, is not a conformist, okay? He's the one that wants to make the break. He's the one that wants to run, okay? He's the one that wants to do things in his own way, okay? He's the one that wants to say, here I am, this is what I do, and I'm quite clever with it. So it's the card of being very clever. I just look at this the guy on the Seven of Swords. He's almost looking back and laughing at the guy on the Hierophant. It's almost like, I did it, I got away from you. So I feel that some of you guys are going to be breaking away from something that you were quite committed to, maybe in the past, maybe something that you found too restrictive. It could be finding ways to kind of do your own thing. So, you know, if you've been working perhaps through 2016 in a fairly kind of corporate job, or a job that really kind of requires you to conform to certain rules and regulations, I see you guys are going to be moving away from that. And we see this within the Choice card, which is the Lovers. For some of you guys, this can represent a very intense relationship. because we do have the Hierophant and we do have that Four of Wands. So there is definitely, for some of you guys, a solidifying, a real strong unification happening between you and somebody else within those 3 months. It's also the card of choice though, okay? So it's deciding whether you want to go one way or another. And I feel that with the Seven of Swords above that Lovers card, and we also have the Hierophant card there, this is you guys probably making a choice to break away from something that you found quite, probably a little bit frustrating or quite restrictive. I've got a feeling it might be a work situation. We do see also the Four of Swords. So this, again, is healing. There's a lot of healing happening for you guys, taking time out to review a situation. So with that choice card, the Lovers card, you're making a choice to do something, but you need time to review the situation, probably with that Four of Swords. Okay, after you've reviewed it, you decide then to leave it, because we've got the Seven of Swords lying opposite that Hierophant card, okay? So I do see for the month October through to December for you Sagittarians, it's a brilliant reading. There's definitely some sort of marriage or commitment being made, because we see the unification of two souls with that Temperance card. It's almost like God is blessing a union here. It's the blending of two souls with that water between the two cups. Two of Cups on its own is a card about bonds and unions coming together. We've also got the Four of Wands there, which can be a marriage card, two people getting married under a canopy, a wedding canopy, and also the Hierophant, which is a card of a commitment being made in a church, and also the Lovers card, a very strong relationship, a very strong bond. Some of you are going to be breaking away probably from a job, or could even be from the church even, okay? Maybe you find a new religion, because we have that Seven of Swords and the Hierophant, okay? You do find something new, a new path. You decide to break away from something, because we do have the Lovers card represents choice. We do have the Four of Wands represents stepping back, pausing, reviewing a situation. After you've reviewed it, we do have that Seven of Swords and the Hierophant, which to me is breaking away from something. And I feel that the whatever it is that this pertains to, Sagittarius, between October and December, I feel that the Page of Cups is saying you're going to be a fish out of water with this. So the fish out of water is somebody who's stepping into something new, that it's an unfamiliar territory. So I feel that this will be unfamiliar territory for you guys. First time marriages, maybe breaking away from something that was quite secure for a time, because the Hierophant can also represent security. It could also represent, as I've said, I feel new religion, maybe new faith, newfound spirituality potentially for you guys, okay? Because the Hierophant is all about our norms and our values. It can represent churches as well, and educational establishments, corporate establishments, but it's something that's set in stone. Whereas the Seven of Swords is running away from whatever it is that's set in stone. It's taking its own direction now. It's moving in its own direction. So I do feel between those months there's a lot of kind of newness coming in, but it's something that you haven't done before. It's something that you haven't experienced before. I always look at the Page of Cups as being new experiences, simply because of that fish in the cup. It's out of the water, okay? This can also be messages of love, or new relationships coming in with that Page of Cups. So you've got a very good end of year reading there as well, Sagittarius. This is one of the nicest readings I've done for the zodiac signs, I feel, coming up for you guys in 2016. And I'm going to quickly shuffle a card from the Angel Tarot deck to see what they've got to say for 2016 for you guys. Let's have a look. Universe, Spirit, Angels, please can you just show me what advice do you have for Sagittarians, please, between October and for the year, sorry, 2016. Show me what your advice card is for the Sagittarians between October. Why do I keep saying October, Angels, for 2016? Show me what your advice is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs between for the year 2016. Show me what is your advice card for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the year 2016. Show me. Oh, Ten of Air. The end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction. That's interesting, isn't it? Let's see why it said that for you. Ten of Air. We know that that's the Ten of Swords in the tarot, okay? So it says this situation has ended. Fortunately, endings are always followed by new beginnings. You may feel sadness over what has transpired, mixed with welcome relief. It's time to walk away and embrace the dawning of a new day. Expect your circumstances to improve. It may be time to change your career. Perhaps you've completed a long-term project or have decided to pursue other employment. Don't put limits on what wonderful things the universe can bestow. Cast your net wide and see what fantastic opportunities you might catch, okay? Additional meanings: nowhere to go but up, recovery from an addiction, and melodramatic reaction, okay? So there are new beginnings coming in for you guys, and we see that with the Page of Cups, fish out of water, things that you haven't experienced before, okay? Changes. There's so many ups and downs for you guys, I feel, during 2016, but I feel that they're mainly ups. So I feel that this card is representing what you've probably just been through in 2015, and I feel that there's real change coming in for you guys and new experiences that you're going to be having. It's a wonderful, wonderful reading for you guys through the year. Don't be swayed by the Ten of Air, okay? It's the Ten of Swords in the normal tarot, but I feel that this is something that has just passed through for you guys, and I feel that it really is the only way is up. I feel that's a very exciting reading for Sagittarius, a really good one. And I'd just like to say thank you for joining me, guys, and I will see you on your year ahead life spread reading for 2016. See you then, my darlings. Bye-bye.